Hello, my name is Sunny Bourne, and today I will be discussing my blended learning project for my world geography class. So in this project, in this class, I will be using just a little bit of the in-person flip model. However, this will be primarily focused on the station rotation model to ensure student-driven learning, access, academic success, and enhanced learning experience. Before we get to the stations, I want to give a little bit of background about Edmodo. So Edmodo, this is the first time I have used Edmodo, and Edmodo kind of looks a little bit like a social media. So if you scroll down, it goes by dates. This is a great option if I was just pushing out announcements. However, I was not able to find any ways to create modules from the home page. So that was a little bit of a challenge in the beginning. However, once I started to do some more research and to find out more options available for this project, I was able to kind of navigate and set it up a little bit differently. So on my home page, I have two things posted right now. So the first thing is the welcome. I have a video that students can watch, and they will be able to kind of know what my expectations are, know a little bit about me, and kind of find out what we will be learning about in my class. The second item that I have posted would be a quick, simple navigation for each station and how the students could find the station that they would be involved in. I created a short video so they could watch it whenever they wanted to. We also would discuss this in class before we started this unit. However, a lot of my students are auditory learners, and they would really be successful being able to watch this again. So let's get started. If you go to folders, there are going to be two folders. The first folder I have is a Start Here folder. If we click into it, it gives two things that I have currently in this. The first would be Infinite Campus. This is where our students' grades are housed and a lot of information for them. So they would obviously need access to this if they forgot, if they did not know how to get there. It will always be on this site. The second thing is our middle school website. They can also find some really important information on there as well. I will continue adding to this file. This will just be housed with important documents or important websites that they can access throughout the year. So like I said, I will be doing the station rotation model. I have mine set up by week. This unit will take 10 days, so technically it should be week 1 and 2. This is going to be my introductory unit to world geography. I have created 4 stations, but before we get to the stations, I have some standards that the students can access, the state standards, and then some objectives that I hope students are able to meet throughout this unit. One of my biggest objectives is students can differentiate between the two types of geography. Students can create a product or performance and collaborate with their peers to describe the 5 themes of geography. I also want students to kind of recognize how your physical geography impacts a lot of things such as culture, such as way of life, such as beliefs. That is a super important part throughout world geography, and definitely one of our state standards. So I think it's super important that they are able to grasp that as well. With that, students would be able to click on that. You guys would be able to kind of figure out what expectations I'm looking for and having students meet. So each station would take 2 days. Since my class periods are only 54 minutes, students would work through 2 stations one day and then the next 2 stations the following day. So the first station I have is an independent Chromebook station. We are currently 1-to-1 at our school. students are expected to have their Chromebooks charged and to bring them to school to be able to learn. The first station in the independent Chromebook station would be a short introductory unit notes over what is geography, just the basics of geography. There are some interactive features that they are able to work through and kind of get the basics of world geography. The next independent station is a latitude and longitude finder. This is super important for students to kind of understand and kind of practice those real world skills. They can fill out this paper and they can find different places throughout the world using the latitude and longitude finder. For example, they will find the Great Wall of China and maybe locate that. I also have them locating their house and different items around the world. The third and fourth station for the independent Chromebook station would be about different types of maps. It's super important for my students to know the differences between maps and kind of know the importance of each map. After they finish their first activity, they would then go to Flipgrid and answer a couple of questions kind of relating to the activity that they did with the different types of maps. I think this will be an interactive way for them to discuss some of the things that they learned and kind of take that knowledge to the next level. And then last but not least, of course, my students need to be well versed in current events, and we really need to dive into current events around the world. So I have them going to National Geographic to learn about some things. They have a lot of options about what current events they could pick, and they would fill out a graphic organizer while they are working. The next station would be a collaborative workstation. So this station has 3 items. The first item, students will further their knowledge by going and learning about the 5 themes of geography. They would read through their textbook and fill this graphic organizer out to get the basic understanding of what are the 5 themes of geography. The next station number 2, would be kind of a station that would help increase understanding in this realm. So students have some options with how they kind of extend their knowledge. They are able to select videos to watch, read articles, do some flashcards. They would work through that, and then they would have a class discussion that I would have printed out at my flexible seating, and they would go over that once they have looked at 2 of those items to kind of refresh their memory and move their thinking into that higher order thinking. And then the last station at this would be a 3-day station. They would be creating a product or a performance to describe the 5 themes of geography. They could create a podcast, they could create a silent film, a presentation, and there's 2 more that they could choose from. This gives them choice and voice, and it really increases and enhances learning, and it allows them to work together to create this resource. The next station is a project-based learning station. This station will not always be independent, but for this unit, this station is going to be an independent workstation. They are going to select a country around the world, and they are going to create a postcard. They have guided questions for research, and they will research about their country, and then they will create a writing piece about kind of incorporating some of those research items, but making it more informal for someone to receive in the mail. And on the front of their postcard, they will create a scene from that city. I have done this in the past, and it has turned out great. I think the station rotation model will allow them to be successful and allow them to kind of use their knowledge that they have learned through this first unit. And last but not least is my teacher-led station. I think this is a very, very important piece of the unit. This is when I can check for understanding, I can reteach certain information, we can do peer mentorships, I can be a mentor as well. Each day when they come to my teacher-led station, they will fill out a reflection. This is just data for me to collect throughout the unit. This asks some questions like, do you have any questions about the independent learning station? Do you have any questions about the collaborative workstation? It also asks about maybe some reflection on their side and maybe some reflection on my side. I will continue to add to this throughout the unit just in case maybe students come to me the first day and I need to give them more resources. I could post them in this folder and then we could look at it as a small group. I believe that this class and this unit will be successful using the station rotation model because it will obviously enhance student learning and enhance the learning experience while allowing students to drive their own learning. So if you have any questions, please reach out. I'm super excited to implement this into my classroom, and I have had a lot of fun creating this. So thank you for watching.